Hello students, welcome to Biosastra Talks. How are you? I hope all of you are doing well. So we know that we are going on with the paper revision from the paper code 45, right? And today we'll complete the paper like the remaining questions from the biology session actually. So it will be done in two parts. I'll upload the two videos in the same time. Okay, so let's get into the topic. What was that? So the first question that was there, like the 151 question, is nothing but it came from the evolution topic. So here they are asking about the sweet potato and potato represent a certain type of evolution. Select the correct combination of terms to explain the evolution. So here they are asking about the evolution type of the sweet potato and potato and how they are evolved. We know that normally if we see the picture here, the potato and sweet potato are nothing but both of them are tubers, and both of them normally they'll store the food in the form of starch. Okay, so normally they appear same and their function same, but they have originated differently. Why? Because normally the potato is a stem tuber, means it grows from the stem, whereas a sweet potato is a root tuber. Okay, it evolves from the root. That's why these two are originated differently. Okay, so we know that normally the species which were having the similar functions and structure, perform the similar functions but have different origins, are known as analogous. Okay, homologous means they'll have both similar functions and structure, and they have evolved from the same origin. But here both of them evolved from different origins, means this one is from stem, this one is from root. So these are analogous in nature, and along with that, in that also, because they are having the different functions here, so this means they'll show the convergent evolution. Evolution means normally what? The unrelated organisms independently evolve similar traits. Why? Because they are not related. Why? It evolved from stem, it evolved from root, but they are unrelated, but they show the similar traits, means both of them are tubers. So they are known as the convergent organisms. Okay, so normally convergent, that is known as convergent evolution. So in that, normally here you can see that according to this question, the potato and the sweet potato will show analogous convergent evolution. Okay, we'll move on to the next question here. So what is the next question they have given is, given below are two statements. So here they have given assertion and reason question from that tapetum. Okay, here they have given the question about the tapetum. So here what they are asking in the assertion, the cells of tapetum possess dense cytoplasm. What they are saying, that it possesses dense cytoplasm and generally have more than one nucleus. So obviously we know that tapetum contains that, it is a tapetum. Here if you see the LS here, normally this is the tapetum. Here you can see this biscuit color one is nothing but the cytoplasm, which is very dense. Why? Because to provide why the cytoplasm is very dense means normally, and so that it can provide a space for the nuclei. Okay, to what you will say, you can say that a platform. Okay, so here the green dots are nothing but the nuclei. So according to this, assertion is right that the cells of tapetum possess dense cytoplasm and more than one nucleus. If we go on to the reason, presence of more than one nucleus in the tapetum increases the efficiency of nourishing the developing microspore mother cells. So here they are saying that presence of these more nuclei will increase the efficiency of microspore mother cells growth. Okay, so you have to say whether it is wrong or right. We know that normally the nuclei will not help in the development of the microspore mother cells. Normally the innermost layer of the tapetum, like if you see that I'm drawing here, so this layer will supply the nutrients to the microspore mother cells so that they can grow easily. So here the nuclei does not play any role. That's why the reason is wrong here. So according to the question, you can say that the assertion is right and the reason is wrong. So third option is right. If we move on to the next question, what is the next question is, how many, here they are asking about the cell divisions. Okay, sorry, in the angiosperms they are asking about the divisions. If you see that, how many mitotic and meiotic divisions need to occur for the development of a female gametophyte from the megaspore mother cell in an angiosperm plant. Okay, here you have to say in the angiosperms how many meiotic and mitotic divisions will take place for female gametophyte. Okay, if you see here, if you see the structure, you can understand easily. So this is the female gametophyte. Normally how it will be developed, if you see here, normally, first of all, 1 minute. So this is the microspore mother cell, which is normally diploid in condition. We know that diploid condition means 2n in condition. So this microspore mother cell, normally, first of all, it will undergo meiotic divisions and form 4 haploid, means N, and N. So 4 haploid nuclei, and along with that, and these haploid nuclei will undergo mitosis 1 division to form 2n conditions, 2n and 2n. And along with that, another thing, when these undergo mitosis 2 divisions, you can know that these 2n 2n will form, means total 4n will form around 8n. Why? Because they are divided, right? So again, these undergo mitotic 3 divisions to form separate easily. So here you can see that 8 nuclei, here 4 and here 4. So this will totally arranged in the form of an embryophyte. Okay, so normally what is known as, it is a gametophyte actually. So embryo sac, here you can see the embryo sac. This is normally we know that what it is known as 8 nucleated 7 celled embryo sac, right? So it will happen. So these are the divisions that will occur in the female gametophyte of angiosperm. So if you see here, how many divisions are taking place here? One mitotic division, and one meiotic division, and 3 mitotic divisions were taken place in the megaspore mother cell to develop into a complete embryo sac or a mega gametophyte. Okay, so this is the, so third one is the right answer here. So if we move on, here I have given the detailed explanation how it will take place. And if we move on to the next question, here they came from the plant physiology. Here they are asking any example for the zygomorphic flowers. We know that what are zygomorphic flowers means, which will show the radial symmetry. Okay, the flowers which will show the radial symmetry are known as zygomorphic flowers. Okay, so here they can show so many symmetries. So the zygomorphic flowers, if you see the picture here, maximum you have analyzed what is this, like you have thought. So this is normally the flower which it can show the radial symmetry. Radial symmetry, in this you can get the two equal halves. So this flower will normally showing the radial symmetry. This is normally a zygomorphic flower in which you can see that ovary is placed outside like that. Okay, so here according to the picture, you can say which flower is this. Obviously the green plant flower, P flower, is showing the zygomorphicity in its nature. Okay, if you see, this is the explanation. Okay, another examples for the zygomorphic flower are gulmohar, beans, cassia, etc. Okay, and another thing, next question is, after maturation in primary lymphoid organs, the lymphocytes migrate for interaction with antigens to secondary lymphoid organs. Like, so here after they are asking that primary lymphoid organs or the lymphocytes will migrate over the interaction with the antigens to form a secondary lymphoid organs, like what they are asking. So here you have to say which one. So if you see here, normally there are so many lymphoid organs are present, the thymus, spleen, bone marrow, etc. These are all the secondary lymphoid organs, like the organs in which you have to say which primary lymphoid organs will combine to form some of the secondary lymphoid organs here. So here you can see that normally in these options you have to say which one are, you have to correct them. Here they have given thymus, bone marrow, spleen, lymph nodes, and Peyer's patches. We know that normally the thymus will will go to the T cells of the white blood cells. Okay, so because they are not antigens, so they'll go enter into the T cells and they'll help in the immune power system. And along with that, the bone marrow, they are also evolved from the B cells, and they are also helpful for the immunity and everything, like white blood cells and everything. So these two are not the primary lymphoid organs which will combine with the interaction, like antigens to form a secondary, like sorry, they are not the secondary lymphoid organs that came from the antigen interaction. Normally if you see here, what is the right answer is the spleen, lymph nodes, and Peyer's patches. These three are the primary lymphoid organs secondary lymphoid organ, sorry, which came from the interaction of lymphocytes with the antigens. Okay, so they are involved normally in trapping the antigens and initiating the immune response. Okay, so this is the function of these three. So what is the correct option here is fourth one, C, D and E. We'll move on to the next one. What is the next one? Here also they have given the question from the plant physiology. It is like about the fig fruit actually. Here they are saying that fig fruit is a non-vegetarian. The statement one, they are saying that fig fruit is a non-vegetarian fruit, as fig fruit is a non-vegetarian fruit, like this one, as it has enclosed fig wasps in it. And in the statement 2, what they are saying, that the fig wasp and the fig tree exhibit mutual relationship, as the fig wasp completes its life cycle in the fig fruit, and fig fruit gets pollinated by the fig wasp. Okay, so here these two are the statements. In this you have to say which one is correct, which one is wrong, or either one of the both of them are correct or both of them wrong. So if you see here, we know that in the first statement they are saying that it is a non-vegetarian fruit because it has enclosed fig wasp. No, it is not a non-vegetarian fruit. Although it is having the fig wasps in it, it cannot be a non-vegetarian fruit. So according to this, you can say that the statement one is wrong. If you move on to the statement 2, we know that this fig, normally fig fruit will have the fig wasps, in which this fig wasp will go life cycle and develop into an insect. Okay, so here this insect and the fig tree will show the mutual understanding between each. How means the normally what they'll do, these insects will pollinate the flowers of the fig plant, and then they can develop into fruits. Whereas if you see the plant here, what it will do, it will give the these fig wasp to develop inside the fig fruit and undergo the life cycle. So like that, both of them are showing the mutual understanding or mutual symbiosis and developing and helping with each other. So here you can say that the fig wasp and the fig tree exhibit mutual relationship. This is correct. And why? Because as the fig wasp completes its life cycle in the fig fruit, and obviously it pollinates the flowers of the fig plant. So here you can say that the statement one is wrong and the 4 is correct. 2 is correct. Okay, so option 4 is the correct answer from this question. If we move on to the next one, what is the main function of the spindle fiber? So here they have asked in the question from the cell cycle, like the mitotic division. If we see here, we know that what are the spindle fibers. See, these are normally, 1 minute, these are normally like micro fiber like structures which were evolved from the microtubules. Okay, so normally what they'll do, these spindle fibers during the mitotic division, normally we can see the spindle fibers in the metaphase phase and anaphase phase. Okay, we know that the prophase, metaphase, anaphase, all these phases are there in the mitotic and meiotic divisions. Whereas in the we can see the formation of spindle fibers in the metaphase and anaphase itself. So what is the role of these spindle fibers is, in the metaphase, what they'll do, in the metaphase phase they'll help in the arrangement of chromosomes in a line. Okay, here you can see that the chromosomes are arranged in a line due to these microtubules, which were normally attached to the centromere of the cell. Okay, centromere, and so that they are evolved from the kinetochores of the centromere of a chromosome, and they what they'll do, they will arrange all the chromosomes in a line in the metaphase, where when they go to the anaphase, here what they'll do, they'll separate the chromosomes into equal halves like the sister chromatids, you can say. So the what is their rule means, separation of the chromosomes is the role of spindle fibers, means they'll separate the chromosomes to divide into two sister chromatids. Okay, we know that sister chromatids means which were on the one side, and other sides are known as non-sister chromatids, right? So this is the function of spindle fibers. We'll move on to the next question. Which one of the following is the characteristic feature of gymnosperm? So here in these options you have to say that which is mainly characteristic feature. If you see here, these are the gymnospermic plants. In this you can say are like they'll appear like wood, and they'll specifically dry in nature, and they can show the naked seeds which are not enclosed. Okay, which are not enclosed within the flower or something. They are naked seeds, they are in open. And you can also see that normally the ovules of the Gymnosperms are in open condition only. Here you can see that this is the ovule. When it is not developed into a seed, it is like an ovule and it is open. It is not covered by any ovary sac or something. It is not covered by any ovary sac. It is open in nature. So here these are the main characteristics of the gymnosperm. So according to this, if you see the options, the seeds are enclosed in fruits. So this is not correct. Why? Because they are not enclosed, they are in open. Okay, and the seeds are naked. Obviously the seeds are naked in the gymnospermic plants, so you can say that this is the right answer. And seeds are absent, seeds are obviously present, so this is also wrong characteristic. And gymnosperms have flowers for reproduction. Man, normally the gymnosperms does not have flowers for reproduction. They'll have the open ovule so that they can easily reproduce. Okay, so here the options 2 is correct, that the seeds are naked. This is the characteristic feature of the gymnosperms. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. What is the next question is, consider the following statements regarding function of adrenal medullary hormones. So here they are asking about the statements the characteristics of the adrenal medullary hormones. Okay, what is their role and everything. They have given options like it causes pupillary constriction and it is a hyperglycemic hormone. It causes piloerection and it increases the strength of heart contraction, means it increases the contraction of the heart. So these are the four options they have given. In this you have to say which one are the correct statements regarding adrenal medullary hormones. So obviously if you see the picture here, we know that the adrenal medullary hormones are secreted from the medulla oblongata. Okay, so what it will do means, normally what is the role of these medullary hormones means, normally we know that they'll help in the pupillary dilation, not constriction. Means if you see the eyes, the pupils are dilated with the help of the adrenal medullary hormones produced from the medulla. Okay, so here option A is wrong. If you see that yeah, obviously this is a hyperglycemic hormone. Okay, which contains the more amount of glycine, like the sugar content. So this is a hyperglycemic hormone and it causes piloerection. Piloerection means what? Here you can see that it will help in the erection of hairs, okay, on the skin or on the head. Okay, so it is also characteristic feature. And it increases the heart contraction. They are saying yes, it increases the strength of the heart contraction by releasing the hormones to the inside the heart through the bloodstream. Okay, so these three are correct about the adrenal medullary hormones, whereas it is not helpful in the pupillary contraction, it helps in the pupillary dilation. Okay, so according to this question, what is the right answer? B, C and D, option 2 is the right answer here. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. It came from the it about the insulin question. Okay, so what is that? Here they are asking about why can't insulin be given orally to the patients. Normally we know that diabetic patients are given insulin in the form of an injections, right? So here they are asking why they cannot be given orally. Why? Because we know that if you see the insulin here, it is like a proteinaceous hormone. Okay, so normally the insulin is a protein. Why proteinaceous? Why? Because it contains a peptide chain which contains so many amino acids. Okay, so insulin is a peptide chain and it shows the harmonic nature. That's why it is known as a proteinaceous hormone. And if obviously normally that when we take anything through orally through the mouth, what will happen? Those things will enter into the gut, stomach or intestine, etc. We know that the intestine or the stomach of our body will have so many enzymes which will cleave the substances into small pieces, right? We know that we are having so many ligases or something enzymes, sorry. So what they'll do, not ligases, like the enzymes which will break the bigger molecules into smaller substances. So if we take the insulin normally like orally, what will happen when it enters into the gut or intestine or stomach? The hormone enzymes which are present in the gut will break down that insulin. It is a protein, no? So what it will do? It will break down the linkages between the peptide chains and evolve them into amino acids. So obviously when it enters into the intestine, it is broken down into small peptides, so it cannot play its major role in controlling the sugar of the patient. So that's why you cannot take doctors will not give the insulin orally to the diabetic patients. Okay, and so if we give them through the injections, what will happen? When they give them through the injection, they'll enter the bloodstream. through the veins, and through the bloodstream they'll go to the various parts like heart, liver, stomach and everything. Through the bloodstream means they are not touched with the enzymes or anything, not cleaved by that. So that's why they are normally given in the form of an injection. Okay, according to these options you can say that which one is correct means human body will elicit strong immune response. It will be digested in the gastrointestinal tract because of the structural variation, and its bioavailability will be increased. So normally we know that it is digested in the gastrointestinal tract. That's why it cannot be given orally to the diabetic patient. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. What is next one is here they have given two lists, in that you have to match them like which one is which plant. So here if we see the images, we are having the four plants here, that is salvia, okay, and salvinilia and ginkgo and nothing but polytrichum. Okay, so these four are the plants they have given, in that you have to match them which one is which. So if we see here, normally the salvia is nothing but, what is that? Salvia is nothing but an angiosperm actually. Okay, and the ginkgo is nothing but a gymnosperm, and polytrichum is nothing but a moss. Here you can see that it is a moss or bryophyte, or salvinia is a pteridophyte. Why? Because it present on the surface of the water, and its roots are inside the water. It is a pteridophyte, whereas the salvia is an angiosperm, and the ginkgo is a gymnosperm. And here you can see that this polytrichum are appeared in the type of moss like structures. Okay, so here according to this you can say that A4, okay, A4, B3, here you can see that these two are having a foot, and C1. So this here you can see C1 and D2. So option 2 is right from this question. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Who proposed the genetic code for amino acids should be made up of three nucleotides? They are not asking that who proposed genetic code. They are saying that who proposed genetic code for amino acids should be made up of three nucleotides. Means we know that genetic code of amino acid is made up of three nucleotides like AUG, UGG, like that. So you have to say which scientists have proposed. Normally we know that there are four scientists, the Franzen and Crick. He is involved in DNA structure, Jacob Monod and the genetic material, and Franklin and Stahl in the Griffiths experiments, like that. So here the George Camo is the scientist, like here you can see the picture of him. He is the scientist who who proposed the genetic code for amino acids, okay, which should contain only three nucleotides. Okay, so normally there are four bases, as if they have to code for the 20 amino acids means obviously there should be combination of bases. So according to that, to code for the 20 amino acids, um, like four bases are having, so they divided them that into three nucleotides, then total they got the 20 amino acids. So like that, he proposed that the like genetic code should contain three nucleotides. Okay. Another thing is next question is from, this is also they have given from the ecology. Okay, and ecology system, in that you have to say that you have to match them. So you can match them easily. The equal quadrate means we know that it is due to the extinction and the causes of the biodiversity lot, or the like invasion of the aliens or somewhat. But here you can see that normally evil quadrate is normally a cause of the biodiversity loss, whereas the ex situ conservation is nothing but the conservation of the animals which are going to extinct through the cryopreservation process. Okay, whereas the lantana camera is nothing but it is an any alien species invasion. Okay, so this is, and dodo is a bird which is going to extinct. So these are the options. So you have to say a, 1 minute, A3 B1, A3 B1, okay, C2 and D4. Okay, so here second one is the right answer here. Okay, So if we move on to the next question, which of the following hormones, so here they have given the question from the hormones itself, which of the following hormones from the pituitary, what they are asking that which of the following hormones released from the pituitary is actually synthesized in the hypothalamus. Okay, the hormones which were released from the pituitary are synthesized in the hypothalamus. They are asking here, they have given the four options: luteinizing hormone, antidiuretic hormones, follicle stimulating hormones, adrenocorticotropic hormones. So normally these adrenocorticotropic hormones are synthesized in the kidney and helpful for that heart and everything. These are related to that, whereas the follicle stimulating hormones are synthesized in the uterus and ovary, something like the reproductive organs of the human. And luteinizing hormones also mainly play a role in the remaining metabolic activities. If we move on to the antidiuretic hormones, so these are the hormones normally they are synthesized in the hypothalamus of the brain. Okay, so normally what there are two types of hormones, the antidiuretic hormones like oxytocin and vasopressin. They are normally synthesized in the hypothalamus of the brain, like here if you see in the picture. And then what they'll do, they'll play major role in normally uterine muscle contraction and the milk-led down reflex, means for the milk let down reflex, means in the milk production and in the uterine muscle contraction, these oxytocin is helpful. Okay, so these hormones are normally present or synthesized from the hypothalamus, which is also known as the posterior pituitary. Okay, so here you can say that what is the right answer here from this question. It is nothing but the antidiuretic hormones or the hormones which are normally released from the pituitary and synthesized in the hypothalamus of the brain. Okay, so that's it guys, we'll move on to the next video and that's part 2. And stay tuned for the remaining questions. I'm uploading this video along with that also, you can see that. Okay, so if you want the answers for these questions, stay tuned for the next video. I hope all of you liked the video and understood the questions very well. So if you want to know the answers of the remaining questions, just watch the next video, and if you like the videos, just click the bell button so that you can get more info and more videos from my channel. And if you want to stay on with the Biosastra talks, just click the bell button so that you can subscribe and you can watch more videos. And don't forget to share it with your friends if you think it is useful. Okay, thank you.